conditioning techniques to education. Many found his ideas crude, put off perhaps by the use of rewards and punishments to shape behavior in children. But by the late 60s, these same ideas, refined into sophisticated teaching techniques, were being used to help children with autism. In New Jersey, the Princeton Child Development Institute has practiced applied behavioral analysis for over 20 years. Its science-based approach to autism attracts professionals from around the world. Of the children under 5 who come here, over half will progress to regular school classrooms. Yet many arrive with almost no language.
Davide, look. Who's that? Da? V? Day. Good. Look at Davide.
Focusing their attention is the first step to learning.
Good. Nice waving. That was great. Davide, show me arms up. Oh, good looking at you with your arms up. Davide, look.
Refuse to let them withdraw. Grab and hold their attention. Reward them with food, coins, tickles, hugs, praise.
Show me jumping. Yay! Good jumping. That was great. Look. Say, I'm cute.
Co-director Patricia Krantz.
These children really are racing against the clock. They need hours of intensive intervention to compensate for what they haven't learned, perhaps in the first 3 years of their lives. If we think about what most 3-year-olds already know, they know who they are in terms of themselves versus other people in their environment. They know something already about what it means to be a boy or a girl. They know something about their identity as a 3-year-old, a child versus an adult. And people with autism don't have those concepts at age 3.
Antek was almost 4 when he came here, cut off, unable to look you in the eye. 4 months later, he's a different boy.
What's your name?
Okay.
Antek is right. Antek, how are you?
Okay.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. How old are you?
4 years old.
4 years old? Wow, I can't believe it. Are you a boy or a girl?
A boy.
You're so smart. You are a boy. Is this an apple?
No.
No, of course that is not an apple. Good for you. What's my name?
Dawn.
Oh, yes, my name is Dawn. And I like the way you're looking. That earns your last penny for talking to me.
They're principles of really good positive reinforcement, starting out with something highly meaningful like food, but then progressing to hugs and tickles and laughs and things that the children really learn to enjoy. So it's grabbing their attention. It's turning on their brain to realize this is something I'm supposed to do, and then something I can really enjoy. And that's where communication starts to happen. And it's communication that's rewarded and built up in a behavioral way with the one person that can then be expanded and generalized to interactions with peers, with other adults, whatever.
Imitation comes naturally to most children. These two have to learn. David leads, Antek follows. The bell tells them when to change. Reading is something both 4-year-olds have already mastered. By stressing academic skills early, PCDI can focus on the social behavior these children so urgently need to acquire.
Hello. How is it? Bye. Bye. Will beat my partner.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Good. Everybody, hands to hands. Nose to nose.
Nose.
Ear to ear.
Yo.
Back to back.
Back.
Hand to hand.
Hand.
Leg to leg.
Leg.
Snickers and hoots, Snickers and hoots, Snickers and hoots, Snickers and hoots.
At first, all seemed right with the world of Mary and Charles Hogarth until their twin boys reached 18 months. They're 6 now, James.
Bobby, would you like more pizza?
Yes.
And Bobby,
And I
and have a younger brother, Andrew. But in their second year, the twins changed. They sat silently for hours. They ignored each other.
I can remember asking our pediatrician, I said, you know, I'm getting a little bit concerned. They're still not talking. And he said, oh, well, you know, they're twins and they're boys, and that usually, you know, developmentally they're delayed. And he said, let's talk about it when they're 2. At 2 years of age, I made an appointment, and as I started telling him about the different things, like they acted like they were deaf, you know, they didn't respond, they didn't seem to understand us, they did strange things, like they lined up their toys, they didn't play with their toys appropriately.
We were given a diagnosis of autism for both of the boys, and you know, at that point it was really up to us to decide what to do about it, you know, where to go from here. And that really is the critical thing, not so much the diagnosis, but what to do about it.
Okay, everybody, stand up. Good, standing up. Everybody?
The Hogarths enrolled the twins at PCDI, where both boys adapted to the structured environment. As children make progress, rewards are faded, becoming more symbolic, less immediate, in order to prepare the children for school, which is where James is headed in the fall.
Okay, everybody, look at me. Touch your nose.
Psychologist Philip Heinlein.
What are you doing?
As you watch one of these staff people here interact with these children, it looks like an ordinary teaching sequence. And yet, knowing the principles that are involved, one recognizes that actually it was very carefully crafted, very carefully choreographed. I find it really fascinating because I teach these as principles, and yet what I'm seeing is something very dynamic and ongoing and very quick. If you tried to describe what's going on in terms of the principles that are being applied, it would be like a physicist trying to describe what an ice skater is doing.
Do you want me to shoot you with this water gun?
No way.
No way. Look, do this. No way. You got it.
No way.
No way, right? Where's the door?
Over there. Over there.
Over there.
Basic body language,
Over there.
Over there.
gestures like pointing, things most of us do automatically, have to be taught.
Where's the door?
Over there.
Over there. Good for you. Look, James. Good, that's a good guy. Looking. Who wants the Clifford book?
I do.
Oh, perfect. You said I do. It gets you 2 more
I think the
pennies.
reason it works is that the teaching method breaks down the steps of teaching into components that are manageable for the children to understand and benefit from. So I think it's a revolutionary and just a smart way of reaching these children.
Bobby, when you talk loudly and you look at your dad.
PCDI's intensive teaching methods extend into the home, too.
Hey, Bob.
What are you doing?
I'm putting
Here, Bobby, using an earphone, is helped through a walkie-talkie to hold a normal conversation.
Look, goldfish.
I love goldfish.
Love goldfish.
Would you like
With
some
practice,
goldfish when you're done
it's
putting
hoped
the food
speech
away?
will grow less robotic,
All right.
more natural, even spontaneous.
Juice, too.
I'm done.
And then,
You did a great job, Bob. Would you like some goldfish?
yes.
Here you go.
Let's go.
You're welcome.
You did a great job, Bobby. All right, good guy. Bob, good job. You can have a piece of chocolate muffin, okay? You know what? It worked fine. It was just the shore. He's still not getting the variety, you know. So maybe we can just practice that around the house, saying shore instead of okay.
Right.
Bob, would you like some muffin?
Yes, sure.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, I see something yellow. The flowers on the umbrella.
At 6 months, Karen was adopted by the Nelson family.
Exactly right.
Sue Nelson,
Karen was very normal in many areas and yet had no communication skills. She couldn't speak, she couldn't communicate with people, and yet she could say words, but they didn't mean anything to her. When she was 4, she entered the Princeton Child Development Institute, and they began immediately working on her behavior, which had become quite violent by this time. She was hitting her head with her fist up to 1,000 times in a 10-minute period, just slugging herself. She would kick herself in the shins. She had broken her bones in her leg. She had punched herself in the sides and done kidney damage. She had damaged all parts of her body. What they did at the school was to teach her you get attention for doing positive things. And they started to reinforce the absence of these behaviors. And when